Ones Go Productions.
This stuff's creepy.
I wake up and I see 3 figures standing at the end of the bed.
They actually saw like 7 to 8 foot tall, hair-covered ape men-looking creatures that were looking at them through the trees.
Reality stranger than fiction.
I see this bipedal creature peeking out behind a tree.
Welcome to where the weird ones are! You're so weird.
Hey, this is Rochelle Stratton, and you are listening to Kevin with Where the Weird Ones Are. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
What's up, you freaky weirdos? Welcome to another episode of Where the Weird Ones Are. My name is Kevin, but you probably already knew that. And if you didn't, now you do. Today's episode is going to be a good one. I really hope you enjoy it. But like I do every episode, I love to advocate for mental health. So if you are out there struggling, please utilize and dial or text 988 here in the United States. That is the mental crisis hotline. So if you need the resources, they have it. And if you're just somebody that wants to help somebody who's going through something, they also have the resources for you to be able to help out as well. So definitely check them out. But today, I have Patti with me. Patti, how's it going?
It's great. Thanks for having me on, Kevin. It's good.
Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. So how do you pronounce your last name? I should have asked that before we started recording.
No, that's okay. Negri. It rhymes
Negri?
with nothing. My whole life, I was born with this name. Negri sounds like nothing. It vaguely sounds like vaguely because it's a scary name, so people are afraid to get it wrong. But it's easy. It's Negri, or
Okay.
anything to it.
Perfect. So for anybody that doesn't know who you are, which if anybody is into the paranormal stuff, they kind of at least have an idea of who you are. So if you don't mind just letting everybody know a little bit about Patti Negri.
Okay. Yes. I talk to dead people. I am a psychic. I am a medium. I am a witch. I'm kind of known as the good witch of Hollywood because I have that big pink Glenda dress. I have been talking to the dead since I could talk, doing seances since I was 7 or 8. I'm probably most known for, I've been on the TV show Ghost Adventures for the last 11 years to start our 11th year, basically 2 episodes a year for 11 years, which is pretty good for a very boy-centric show. But I do a lot with YouTubers and influencers, a lot of regular television. I'm sitting in the middle of Hollywood. And that's what I do. I have an international school called University Magicus. We call it a real life Hogwarts. I have a streaming network, all paranormal, called Paraflix. You should put your show on it, my dear. I have a podcast of my own called The Witching Hour with Patti Negri. And then I tour. I'm on the road about 35 weeks a year doing conventions and speaking and talking and filming. And other than that, I'm right here. That's me. I have books out. I have a new book out called Doll Craft. It's all about haunted dolls, the proper care and feeding, because you really just don't want any old haunted doll if you want a happy, healthy life. But there's ways to deal with them. And my other bestseller book's called Old World Magic for the Modern World. And that's how to bring magic into every part of your life. You don't have to be a witch or a medium, but which way you stir your coffee, why you put salt in the toilet, weird little things that make you magic. That's it. That's me.
That's awesome. If I remember correctly, this could be I could be getting you mixed up with somebody else, but my kids are really into Sam and Colby. And did you do a video with them?
Yes, I did. I did work with lots of influencers. Yes.
Okay.
Not too long ago, we were in somewhere, and I don't know where we were, Massachusetts, at some R.K. Pierce mansion. It was great. We almost turned it into like a little murder mystery solving thing because they brought in three medium slash witches. None of us knew where we were. We didn't converse with each other and trying to solve this thing. It was pretty cool. They're great to work with. That was my first time working with them. I've been working with almost their counterparts, and they used to be together. Elton Castay and the overnight slash TFIL group. They used to be with. Then they separated, but now they're all good friends, but separate fabulous channels, and it's fun.
Nice. So when I got your email, and I was like, and I remember seeing you on Ghost Adventures and all that and stuff, and then my kid. So I'm actually the reason why I found it was because my kids are super into Sam and Colby, so they'll sit down in the living room and we'll watch Sam and Colby here and there. But I'm gonna be filming my first ever independent movie at the SK Pierce Mansion, and I looked it up, and Sam and Colby's video came right up. So the kids and I watched it, and there you were, right there. You were the first one that they talked to, I believe,
Yeah.
in
Oh
the
my
house.
God. Oh, that's going to be great. That's a great location. That's a great place. Be careful in the basement. But,
Yes.
but oh, that's great that you're filming there.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So watching that video with you guys was a really good like learning like how the inside of the house looks, and some of the backstory. And the funny thing is, for my movie, the backstory of my movie is sort of similar to the actual story of the house, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I have written down a few specific questions for you. So for people who only know you from Ghost Adventures, who are you when the cameras are not rolling?
I am the damn exact same person. I don't go around staring at ghosts though, like in the grocery store. And I have this world hugest on off switch. I don't want to be Long Island medium. Your mother wants to talk to you. No, I just want to go for my produce, my lean cuisine, but I'm pretty much an open book between my social media, my YouTube and everything. This is my life. I live. I don't go back to my cubicle day job. I spend my life touring the world, talking to dead people, doing magic, spell crafting, and trying more than anything. It's trying to remind people how powerful humans are. I'm all about you guys. We're amazing, and working with people. It's like, take your power back. Stop that. Don't give away your power to other people or fear or limiting belief systems. So that's what I am. I'm an inspirator.
Yeah. Nice.
I made up that word.
I think that's one of the reasons kind of why I started the podcast, was kind of like to wake people up a little bit. Like I'm not exactly trying, but like also like you said, we are way more special than we've been led to believe.
Yes.
And that's what intrigues me so much about conspiracies, because I do think that there's a faction of society that is trying to normalize being dull.
Yeah, I agree. And so it's great what you're doing. You're doing the same thing I am from your perspective, your world. We want people to think the world, whatever they are, we don't want to be the zombies, the phoned in, by rote, automatic pilot, sleep at the wheel, go to work, come home, do this. No, think. Don't just do because I told you to or because anybody told you to. So what you do, you make people think.
You try, for sure. All right, so my second question for you is, what first convinced you there was more to reality than what physically exists?
I think I didn't need to be convinced. I was just there when I was literally that little toddler, not even in kindergarten yet. I was talking to spirits. I honestly think little kids have the gift. I honestly think
Me
kids
too.
Like, look at your kid. I don't know how, but kids have it. It just gets taught out of us in our modern, Western, complete logical, left brain focused world of everything is 1 + 1 = 2. And we've taken away the mystery. We've taken away the magic. It just gets taught out of most people. And luckily it didn't get taught out of me, because my mom always went, yeah, grandma did that too. Grandma could see that too. So it was nourished or encouraged in me. I literally did my first seance, which is one of the things I'm known for. I was 7 or 8 years old in my little suburban Los Angeles area home going, I need to talk to these dead people. They have so much to say. It wasn't dark or morbid. It was just, they had a lot to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you say that that seance at 7 years old was probably something that changed your life forever?
Completely. It really because when I knew then, I knew spirits were real before then, but at that 7 or 8 years old, whatever it was, as I was screaming, running out of the house, but jumping up and down at the same time, I was like, this is controllable. I did this. I lifted the veil. However, bells and whistles and this thing I just kind of knew how to do intuitively, instinctively. This is real and we can control that. I could talk to them on choice. So that's what changed everything. So I spent my life figuring out what that meant, studying religion, science, occult science, metaphysics, spirituality of every form, science, psychology, all the different languaging you could use to kind of explain this thing that is really works down to energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what the whole universe is made up of, is energy, vibration, and all that. Um, there's I don't see my book, but there's a book that was written long time ago, either early AD or late BC. Um, It's called the I think it's called the Hermetica, or no, it's the Kabbalion. That's what it is, the Kabbalion, written by the three initiates. There's no name, there's no actual names to it, but that's all they talk about in this book is vibration of the universe.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that we all fit, like, we are all as human beings are connected in some kind of other consciousness, whether it's a god or some creator, something higher, and that when something happens to one of us, we all kind of feel it just in different ways. And I think that's what a big part of what Mercury retrograde is something negative is happening to somebody, and then we're all feeling it, kind of
And
thing. It might sound silly, but that's kind of where my mind goes, because I really do, because like you're with your gifts and stuff, you can kind of sense how people feel sometimes too, right? I feel
being empath, you're an empath.
Yeah, I get that. I get those feelings all the time. And the first time that I really realized it is I was talking to another they're two women. They used to have a podcast. They don't anymore, but they're both doing their own things, trying to create their TV shows and stuff, and they're psychic mediums. And one of them is an artist that I work with for like branding and stuff. But anyways, so I was talking to them early on when I started this podcast, and one of them had their camera off because she wasn't comfortable with being on camera yet, and now she has a YouTube show, which is crazy, which is awesome actually. Um, but I kept, like, my eyes started watering while she's talking and telling me this like negative experience that she had and stuff, and I'm just like, "Are you crying?" And she's like, "No, but I'm just, like, really nervous." And I was like, "I feel like I wanna cry right now." And she's like, "Well, you're an empath and this and that." And we kind of explored that. And so, yeah, I think we all like you said, right in the beginning, I think we all have these things that make us so much more special than we think that we are.
Yep.
So, um it's been a lot of fun. Um, but so I have after all these years, what still completely baffles you?
Humans. We are such an odd species. I love
That's
us
true.
though. We are quirky. I mean, look at dogs and cats. I'm a super animal person. Plants, dogs, cat. I'm an animist. I think everything has a spirit. I mean,
Hmm.
even ways of being, like the spirit of Mercury retrograde. We're all going to buy into it. The spirit of struggle, the spirit of ease, the spirit of abundance. Everything has a spirit. But animals have this way of being. But humans, we are the quirkiest, odd, wonderful things that it never ceases to amaze me. Never ceases to amaze me. And my new, as of last night, quirkiness is AI, amazes me, because working, I have it help me with research, like ChatGPT or something, with research or do outlines, because I teach all the time. I'm always writing. I'm doing articles, but I don't have it write for me, but outline. I literally got in my first argument with ChatGPT yesterday. It lied. It made apologies. It did all
Uh-huh.
these excuses. I'm like, this is way too human. You are taking on way too many human traits. It was the funniest thing ever. I'm trying to use psychology on artificial intelligence, and it's kind of winning most of the game. It's using it on me, and I'm like, okay, AI is now quirky like humans. It's going to be interesting to see how this develops. Really interesting.
It is. It's really, and sometimes, because I use it for image creation,
Mhm.
and I like to use it to like kind of show people an idea of what characters and so I've written a couple books too, and I'm working on my third right now, and I like to use it to show people like what the characters might look like and stuff like that. And there's this in book 2 there's this woman who has really large boobs, but she's wearing overalls, and that's the only thing that she's wearing, and the overalls are barely like can try and having a hard time containing herself. She's like a swamp lady, missing all of her teeth and stuff like that. And she's with her husband, but my characters come across them, and so I was just like, oh, I was like, just give her, a big chest. I didn't use like sexual language or anything, and then chat was like, oh, I can't do that, that's nudity. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, I don't want to see nudity, I just want you to like, I'm just like trying to explain to you what she like, the physicality of her body. I was like, I don't want you to show me any nudity, you weirdo. And then he's
I
like,
know, it's weird. They're taking on these, they're making assumptions. I don't think AI should make assumptions.
yes, that's true. That's true. And then, what the like thing I heard something about Mark Zuckerberg's his data center for his AI for Meta or whatever is starting to drain a nearby lake. They're using up the resources in the area or something like that. And I was like, that's weird that it has to use, earthly um
Yeah,
resources to run. I was like, I don't want AI
I
if
know.
that's what's gonna happen.
We have enough, what it takes for electricity wise. I know, I hear that all the time. And it's like, we have to take care of our planet first. It's like,
Yeah, for real. Um, but anyways, have you have your beliefs on the paranormal changed over time at all?
mm, I think I don't know if they've changed. They've probably developed with just more understanding of it. You get to know somebody, you first meet them, it's one thing. You've known them for decades, it's a whole other thing. Um, so I don't think it has changed. I don't think so. I think, again, they are just, they are spirit. Nothing dies. Science has proven that. Science is catching up with magic and spirituality all the time with the quantum
Mhm.
work. Um, I think technology is helping. Not, again, I'm a medium. I could say I'm doing a seance, and oh my gosh, there is a ghost doing jumping jacks on the table. you believe me or you don't believe me. But now there's somebody with an SLS camera in the other room who can't see or hear me. And there is a little green stick figure doing jumping jacks. I like that confirmation of it. Or like I say, oh, the ghost name is Kevin. And then another box goes, the ghost name is Kevin. So that's fun because I've never had confirmation before. You believe me or don't believe me. So it just gives me that much more confidence. Okay. Because every once in a while you go, am I just crazy? Did I make all this up? But it's like, no, I didn't. Now science is catching up with us. It's good.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. Um, I've had a lot of a few experiences that I was like, man, there's something wrong with my brain. Like there's a detachment there or something. And I remember one of the times I was telling my ex-wife and she's like, you're crazy. And I was like, yeah, probably. And then I just like left it hanging there after that. Like I didn't talk about the experience after that. She was the only person that I told.
Hmm.
And but now with this platform, I do talk about it occasionally and stuff like and all my experiences really, and especially when I go on other people's shows and stuff. But I just I just think it's funny how I went like you could go from thinking you're crazy to I want to tell the whole world. I got to
Yeah.
tell everybody about
Me,
everything.
me too. I kept this very private for a long, long time. I was this weird person talking to dead people, doing seances, being a witch, picking herbs and stuffing them in my mom's wallet when I was a kid, knowing what to do. Um, but I kept it very private because I ran a production company. I ran a very corporate production company for years. And I'm like, these people can't know. Number one, I dance around bonfires in a cloak. And number two, I talk to dead people. I kept it separate. But the big corporate crash of 2008, which was kind of like that Epstein stuff. No, corporate entertainment isn't a private jet full of girls going to an island. No, we're teaching ethics to oil men via song and dance extravaganza shoot film. But and reality TV was going up, up, up at the same time. And somebody asked me to do a seance on one of their shows. And I'm like, no, that's my private life. Thank you. But they knew they had been to one of my seances and how I lift the veil and everybody can experience or see and I'm like, no. And they're like, yes. I'm like, no. And I'm yes. And I'm looking at my empty calendar and I just kind of went, well, what's the name of the show? And literally with a very straight face, she goes, it's called Mobile Home Disaster. And it's on country music television. And I'm like, who would watch that? I don't know anybody who'd watch that. None of my corporate clients would watch that. None of my friends. Maybe I could do it just this once. And I did it. It was the most fulfilling day I had since I could remember. I got to help this beautiful little girl who everybody thought was crazy because she was drawing portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I'm like, no, there are portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I got to help the spirit who had a big old message trying to get out. And equally good, I got to slightly open the mind of the Southern Bible Belt cast and crew that this isn't dark and this isn't evil and this isn't demonic and this is part of life. And I'm like, this is the best day ever. And I'm still never going to do it again. When it aired a couple months later, of course, I was like, that was great. Never again. But the very first call that very next morning was from my biggest corporate client. And it was like, hi, Patty. Hi. I saw you on television last night. I'm like, oh, I'm dying. I'm going, I'm never going to work in this town again. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be home. Yeah. I didn't know you were into the paranormal. And I'm dying. I'm like, yeah, as my voice squeaks. And then she goes, I love the paranormal. I'm like, what? And she proceeded to tell me her first spooky ghost story. I'm like, what am I doing? I am out of the closet. I'm out of the witchy broom closet. I'm out of the psychic medium closet. I'm out of the paranormal closet. And I haven't looked back. And it's so much more fun being in this world than in the very corporate production world. Oh my God. This is way better.
That's awesome. That's a pretty dope origin story, I think. It's
That's a good
just
one. It was like,
eh,
I came to it kicking and screaming.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You help somebody, you changed a couple minds a little bit, and then
Yeah,
you found out that not everybody is gonna think that you're crazy.
right. And some people too, and that's okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Some people think I'm crazy, and my stories aren't that profound. Well, some of them are kinda weird, um, but I did wanna ask you, So you teach practical magic. How would you explain to someone that thinks that it's fantasy? Like how would that conversation go?
That I, if they think it's fantasy, that's okay. I'm not here to convince anybody. We all have a different path. If someone needs a very academic way of looking at it, I can actually talk in academic terms. I could talk in like science and energetic terms if needed. But if they're just set in what you see is what you get, and that's what makes them happy, great. I'm not going to convince you. I'm not. But it's like, okay, it's your life, you're missing out a lot, but that's okay. And then even the way I teach practical magic isn't butterflies and woo woo and this and that. It's like, no, a pinch of salt in the toilet before you sit down, you can get rid of a headache. What? All your lower chakras are open before you sit down. What? Okay, how to relax. Water relaxes you, right? Running water. Think how good a shower feels. What if you can't take a shower? You just go run your hands underwater. Ooh, I'm big on that mind, body, spirit philosophy of that
Mhm.
200,000 books are written on: science books, health books, spirituality books, psychiatry books, mind, body, spirit. Mind. You will never surpass your own belief system. We know that. You don't think you could do it. You're not going to do it. You don't think you're worthy of it. You don't think, if you think you can climb that mountain, that's the people that do. Mind. Body. You got to get off the couch and take action. To start your podcast, you got off the couch and take action. Spirit, that's the less tangible way of looking at it. But spirit, mind, body, spirit, that's actually the battery that makes something happen. If you could look at it could get it lots of ways. You can get it through your faith, through your religion, go to church, go to temple, pray. You could do it through all the new age stuff, vision boards, affirmations. You could do what I would do, candles and herbs and oils. Oh my. But you could look at everything you've ever created in your life. You believed you could do it and that you deserved it. You've gotten off the couch and taken action, and you've had some faith or magic or belief behind it. The stuff any of you out there haven't quite accomplished yet, just one or two of those things need tweaking. That to me is what magic is. That to me is what practical magic is. Literally. And again, I could say when you're adding to something, stir or move clockwise. When you're getting rid of something, stir or move counterclockwise. It's called Diosel and Wittershins. It's actually science. It's magnetics. If we were in Australia, I would be teaching you opposite. Your toilet and your sink know which way the water to go down. So I could talk woo-woo, Witterson, or I could talk science. It's all science. It's all whatever language you're using. So practical magic is not, I'm going to do a spell to bring in the gods of whatever. It's like, know how to be healthier, how to sleep at night, how to bring love into your life. A little bit of cinnamon in your coffee is going to give you some passion, stuff like that.
It's amazing. I love the way how fluent you are with explaining things. It just rolls right out. It's so easy for you. It's amazing to listen to you talk.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I talk a lot. No. But again, it's because it's just obvious to me. And I never have lots of time and I like simplicity. So that's my first book is really tiny. I spent more time unwriting it just so I don't want to get intimidated by a book. Here's this tiny little paperback book going, oh my God, I could change my life right now. Following moon cycles. What? Following moon cycles. Do you know we're made out of 70% water? Yeah, we are. Everybody talks about the full moon. Ooh, we all get crazy, right? Working to police it. But what if every moon you tapped into that? Oh my God, you could change your life for your better with 5 seconds in the morning of just going, hey, the moon is waxing today. I'm going to add into my life. I'm going to eat more vegetables. I'm going to take a walk. The moon is waning. I'm going to release things that aren't serving me. The moon's full. I'm going to manifest the new moon. I'm going to do a little soul searching. What do I want now? Not what did I want last month? Again, 2 minutes in the morning, 30 seconds in the morning. Just doing that, little following the moon cycles, 2 weeks of adding what you want, celebrating of the full moon, releasing what you don't want, even if it's just a mindset. The good stuff in your life gets better within 2 weeks with the grace and ease of that watery 70% water boot. We're tapping into our tides. That not good or bad, but what's no longer serving you falls away with that grace and ease of the moon. Practical magic, easy.
Amazing. I found I had my youngest daughter 2 years ago, and last summer there was a couple of times where she would get like really hysterical. and literally, like, because it helps me. So I would pick her up and we'd walk outside. I'd take her socks off or her booties or whatever she's wearing on her feet, and we would sit in the grass, and she'd stop immediately. I would walk out there, we'd sit down. Sometimes we'd lay down in the grass and we'd just stare up at the clouds, and she'd be kicking and screaming all the way out there, and as soon as we touched the ground,
Yep.
her bare skin on the ground, she was like a different person.
That's called earthing. That's grounding. The main reason I did my book, Old World Magic, this tiny little book,
Mhm.
was I have these 30-second exercises that balance us, and that's exactly part of it. Because I'm very elemental, air and fire and water and earth. We as of right now, whatever our belief systems, we are human. Gravity holds us down. We breathe oxygen. We are of this planet. So and again, when I was talking that mind, body, spirit, we could tap into the earth, the grounding, like you said. So I created this thing that if you put your body into those four, air, fire, water, and earth is who you are. It's in the earth. Oh, Kevin, he's a great guy. He's weird. He's whatever you want to say. It's about your home and how you're being. North. South is your fire. That's your passion, creativity, love, sex, the gods. It gets us up in the morning. Who we are and what drives us. North and south. There we are standing. But where we all get off balance, and we are all off balance because our planet is off balance, is west and east. It's like an airplane going like this, or a ship going, and west is the water element. That 70% water, which it completely attaches to your emotions. Your daughter got hysterical. Water, again, whether you're reading tarot cards or not. So water, it has to flow, not be judged, stuffed down. Water. And air on the east, that's your thought pattern. It's all attached to breath. Focus, clarity. When we get chatty brain, when we get foggy brain, when we can't think straight. So who we are, what drives us, our emotions and our thoughts. What messes up most, our emotions and our thoughts. What do we need more than anything to survive more than either a few minutes or a few days? Water and air. So if we go back to that mind, body, spirit philosophy to get what you want, if you're not as happy as you want to be, or maybe you're not being as productive as you want to be, or what we talked about early, not being as conscious, or you don't want to be phoned in, asleep at the wheel, not being as conscious as you want to be, go, okay, I'm out of balance. Which element is the most out of balance? Maybe it's my emotion. Somebody flipped me off on the freeway, or I'm angry, or I'm just angsty and I don't know why, whatever, like your dog. So, it's my water element. I need water, running water. Think how good you feel after every shower, right? Like I said before, you can't jump in the shower, but you could walk up to a sink, a hose, a drinking fountain, pouring a bottle with in mind, set your mind, whether you're talking to water or your 70% water body or God or the water element itself. With this 30 seconds of running my hands underwater, I'm going to bring in the calm, balance my emotions. Put your hands underwater, body. The water itself is the spirit. It's like an aspirin takes away a headache, whether you know or not. Running water will release any excess emotion, not stuff it down, ignore it, hold it in your jaw, hold it in your belly, really release. To go 30 seconds, it is gone. That excess anger, angst, sadness, fear without. So it's gone. Then if you need to deal with it while you had a fight with somebody, now you can go, okay, this is why I'm mad at you, instead of, okay, this is why I'm mad at you. They're not going to hear anyway. So that's
Mhm.
water's a big one, because our emotions are always affected, because we're these little emotional credits. But the other one where we're always affected is the air, because it's attached to breath, and nobody breathes anymore. We went through 2 years of wearing masks. We're always in a hurry. We're doing quick, easy, fast, in a hurry breathing. Not just our 3-day-a-week yoga class or the 4-minute breathing exercise. The rest of the 23 hours, we need breath. And it's like you catch yourself holding our breath and not breathing. So it's going, okay, I'm chatty brain. Oh, I'm going to do this cool podcast. I'm going to do this weird. I need to think straight. And I'm chatty or I'm foggy. Okay, whether you're talking to your brain cells or a God or the element of air and self, with this 30 seconds of deep breathing and 30 seconds of vowels, I need to clear my head. Sound is magic. We talked about that in the beginning. Science, vibration. It's vibration. Sound is vibration. And every single consonant and every single vowel that we make has an effect on us. That's why we will chant, or we'll do songs in church, and there's cadence. Not going to give you a lesson on that, but vowels will always clear the head. If you think about it, almost every sacred word is a vowel. Amen, Om. Native American, hey, hey, East Indian, opens up that falling in love. So again, if you're going, oh my God, I can't think, help me, I have focus, I have a test. Okay, with this 30 seconds of deep breathing, 30 seconds of vowels, I need to bring in the clarity and focus of the air element. So whether you're going or om or E-I-E-I-O with your kid, within 30 seconds, the chatter stops, the fog lifts, and the clarity comes in. I've seen people not telling anybody to take your medicine, no, at all. But I've seen people get off depression meds just with these 30-second exercises that are free, that you could do anywhere at any time. The grounding one, again, if you're not in your body, you're feeling grounded and you're just out there, do exactly what you did. Hug a tree, get on the grass, take your shoes off. But if you can't do that, say you're on your office building on the 35th floor, grab anything, wood or stone, a wooden chair, a number 2 pencil still has the spirit of that tree, a living plant, a granite countertop. Everywhere you could find something wood or something, a rock or a stone. Hold on to it. Do 30 seconds of deep breathing. I feel it like a warm earthen blanket wraps around me. But within 30 seconds, you'll be grounded and focused and back in your body. And the last one for fire is a tough, because again, we're out of balance. The world, watch the news, get pissed off, get something, get sad, get some, when we have too much fire, we're agitated, we get angry, we get angsty, argumentative. When we have too little fire, we're lethargic, we're uninspired, we're tired. So you want to balance it out. And how to do that is dance around a bonfire. We'll play with fire, but we can't usually do that. Again, we're at work, we're in our living, can't do bonfires much of anywhere anymore. I live in California. Fire's illegal. We have fire. But the Heka, the sound magic for that is Egyptian magic. For fire, to balance it out either direction, is zzz. Literally, ask a kid, what does a bee sound like? Zzz. That's the lightning strike. It's that dragon hit. So, okay, I have too much, I have too little, I need to balance out my fire. So again, whether you're talking to the element of fire itself, the breath of a dragon, Pele volcano, or the Holy Spirit of Christianity, with this 30 seconds of deep breathing, 30 seconds of zzz, I need to balance my fire element. So zzz. Now 30 seconds is a long time. That literally was about 1.5 seconds. So you might get dizzy, that's okay, sit down. But within 30 seconds of doing that, you will feel a tingling in the base of your spine. It'll go up your spinal cord, up your chakras. And within 30 seconds, you'll have balanced out the fire, passion, creativity, energy that you need to balance it out. Those 4 things, again, free, do them anywhere, cost nothing, game changers, because it's all about balance. When we're out of balance, everything is harder. When we balance ourselves out, easy peasy.
Yeah, that just goes to lend credence to when you're angry and upset, like nothing you do is gonna come out correctly. So like, well, I know whenever I'm upset and I'm trying to do something, I end up throwing something unintentional. I don't want to throw it. I just do it.
But it's a release. So that is a way to do it. I just came up with
Yeah.
easier ways so you don't have to break things.
Exactly. Oh man, that's that's in that all this like information is in your books, correct?
Yeah. This is the book. This is it's super easy hacks of life. Not this purple. This is one of my early old world magic for the modern world. You can get it on Amazon or my website, but Amazon, $6 for the ebook or audiobook, $12 for the print. And it's got love magic, bathroom magic, kitchen magic, how to stop an argument with basil. What? Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, amazing. And you what's your latest book?
My
What was that?
latest book is this was my passion project, doll craft. Okay, what this
Dollcraft.
book did, I'm
Yeah.
a doll collector my whole life. Besides everyone
Mhm.
standing around, if I turn my camera around, there's hundreds of eyes looking at me. My Barbies, my doll collection. I probably had more dolls when I was not even born yet from my mom. And I've always been a doll collector, period. But what this book did, because it's I'm in the paranormal world. I'm a haunted doll expert. I'm the only one who's ever done a seance with Peggy the doll in Zach Bagan's museum, who's given 2 people heart attacks. I know Robert the doll, Annabelle the doll. These are my personal friends. No, I'm a haunted doll, and the whole world wants a haunted doll now because of the Conjuring movies and Annabelle.
Mhm.
Just having a haunted doll is not good. At very least, it's going to drain your energy, make you argue. You got to have a positive haunted doll. So this is the proper care and feeding of haunted dolls, half of the book. And the other half of the book is my witchy side of how to make magical puppets. That's me. This little doll, that's me. It's got my name on it. She's wearing my necklace. Say it's sympathetic magic. Say if I fall down and I bump my head, I'm going to get a headache. I will stick needles in the head of this doll and I won't get a headache. The doll takes it away. You could make them for your family, protection, health, happiness. Make little ones, paper ones that you burn or put into water. It's magic in the oldest, easy form. So this combined my witchy, magical, self-help, create the life you want world, and not how to not have a haunted doll take over your world. So it was my combination. It came out from Llewellyn, the publisher I really wanted for it. So that's available everywhere because it's Llewellyn, Barnes and Noble, online, my website, bookstores.
Amazing.
Thanks.
I like that. I personally am afraid of dolls. It's one of my fears.
Ah.
Child's play did some damage to me at an early age. So ever since then, and my sister always had these porcelain dolls, and every time I walked into her room, she had like, I don't know, 10 to 20 of them on shelves on her wall. And I'd walk in and they all looked like they were watching me. And I was like, nope, I gotta get out of here.
They were.
So, yeah, so the combination of both the Child's Play and that, I'm just like, nope,
Yeah, no,
the
a lot
dolls
of
aren't for me.
people don't like dolls. A lot of
Yeah.
people, again, they have faces, they look at you. But again, if you were a
Mhm.
disembodied spirit, if you were some ghost looking for a vessel,
That'd
I'd
be
pick
the
a
next
doll
best
with
thing.
eyes and face. You could pick a toaster, you could pick a water bottle, you could pick anything, but I'd pick something with eyes and a face.
Yeah, me too. Same. I would do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Do you think all paranormal ghosts and whatnot are they all human spirits, or can they be other entities?
We have everything else. Even when I'm starting a seance or mediumship, we have those are ghosts. There were living people and then they passed on. I don't
Yeah.
believe they're stuck. There are some that are stuck, and they're the ones like maybe it was a violent or unexpected death, and they're like the zombies. Oh, hey, where am I? Those are the ones you cross over. That's the go to the light, Carol Ann, go to the light. But most hang out because they want to. I want to watch the grandkids grow up. Even the ones in prisons, because we're always going to sane asylum. That's the life they knew. They're not getting tortured. They're hanging out there. So yes, some cases they're being held in by a bigger entity or an energy that's created, but most of the time they're not. But there is the everything else category, things that were never human that could get into the angelic realm, the demonic realm, the spirit, the elemental realm, spirits, tree spirits, fairies, aliens. There's a lot out there that was never human.
Yeah.
Cryptids.
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of like my way of thinking. I think that a lot of the aliens or Bigfoots and stuff like that we're seeing, I do think that they're more paranormal than they are physical. I think they show up physical, but I think that they're more of a spirit than an actual being that we're seeing.
Me too.
And,
I
and
think
that's my
we're in
opinion.
a different realm. That's why we don't find Bigfoot bones. Otherwise, you'd find Bigfoot bones. But you're
Right,
not going to
right.
find ghost bones. You're not going to find. But again, technology is catching it up with all this stuff. I know a guy who speaks ancient Sumerian, which is the same as
Oh.
Anunnaki, which is exactly
Mhm.
what Bigfoot talks. He could take you out into the woods and almost guarantee you an encounter because he can talk to them.
Oh, wow.
He's an engineer by day. He's not a weird woo-woo dude at all. He's this working professional guy who happens to speak the same language.
That's pretty dope. I
I
would
know, I
love
want to
to be able to
go
do that.
up in the Seattle area. I want to go. I need to call him.
Yeah. So what has it been like working with Zach and the crew?
It is the best. It's so funny. I guess when you're the top of the game and you've been the top of the game for 100 years, everybody's all the crazy things people say. It is so fun because they are committed. They are legit. Watch your kids playing if you're in the sand, and that they are 100% involved in it. They're not making up. It's like, I am in this. And that's how they are every episode. I never know where I'm going. If I know anything about a place we're going, they won't have me go in and say, I feel this. I'll stand outside and go, this is what I experienced before. They are so much in integrity. I'm always scared to death going, what if I get crickets? What if my psychics doesn't work? What if I just sit there going, I don't know, but it never does because they're always really vetted places. It is so much because, again, they're like best buds. They are just best friends and they're committed to every second of it. That hasn't got old or jaded yet. And again, it's an adventure. It's like, where am I going now? Okay. And they've always been respectful and fun and funny. It's just really turned into a beautiful family.
That's awesome. That is really cool. Like you said, when you've been on the top of the game, there's going to be like things people say and stuff like that. And I personally, I don't know him. I only see the personality that's on TV, so I can't say any of these things, but I do like some of the parody video. Have you ever seen any parody
Oh
videos
yeah,
out
they're
there?
funny. And Zach likes them too. I remember the first time when he brought on Dakota on there, he was a little kid
Yeah.
imitating Zach. He's got
Yeah.
a brilliant sense of humor. Zach's funny. And I like the parodies. He's a personality. He's bigger than life, but it really is
Mhm.
him. It's authentic. It's not.
Yeah.
It's authentic.
Yeah. So what are you hoping people take away from your work?
I want them to take away that they have most people have a whole lot more power over every part of their life than they take. They've given away their power, again, to other people, usually
Yeah.
to limiting belief systems, to fear. Fear can freeze you in your tracks, make you not live the life you want to live, have that important conversation. Or fear is the billion-dollar industry that we are both in, Kevin. It's like we came money. We want to get scared. We want to watch horror films. We want to discover ghosts and Bigfoot. So why not take that same, not like, oh, I don't want to call my mom and tell, like, I'm so scared to ride this roller coaster and I'm going to do it. Embrace fear as a positive and it changes everything. Like, I can't wait to get scared. And it doesn't always have to be a ghost or a roller coaster. It could be having that deep conversation with my husband. And it changes everything. As soon as I did that, I started challenging everything. It's like, I'm scared of this or that, so I'm going to do the world's hardest obstacle course. Yes, I can't cook. I'm afraid of kitchens. I'm going to, and I did. I can't cook. I'm afraid of kitchens. I'm going to cook for Gordon Ramsay on MasterChef, and I did. I have no talent. I don't like people to think I don't have that kind of talent. I'm going to be on America's Got Talent. And I did. We could do anything we believe we can do. I want people to know that. So if you're not happy with your love life, your financial situation, your health. I was supposed to have been dead a long time ago, Kevin. I had these health issues because my mom took a drug when she was pregnant with me that I was sick between 15 and 30. And by the time I got 30, they go, oh, you're really sick. You have brain tumors in your head and all these carcinogens. If you make it to 50, you probably won't make it to 50, but you'll be in a wheelchair if you do. And I went, kind of screw that. No, I'm just not going to get sick anymore. I stopped getting sick. I had anybody who has autoimmune disease, it's pure balance. It's pure balance. Lupus, fibromyalgia, all these. I stopped getting sick at 30. I didn't even get COVID. So at 50, that's when I decided it's like, instead of being dead or in a wheelchair as promised by medical, I'm going to do the world's hardest obstacle course. So I beat 100,000 people to get on Wipeout, and I did the big balls.
Nice. I love that show. I didn't know you were on that.
Oh my God. Oh my, yeah. Oh my God. And again, months of audition, and they had to do all this physical, emotional testing, psychological. And then you get there, it's way out in the desert where they can't hear. And I'm like, and I don't like heights and I don't like cold. It was way out in the desert where you can't hear you scream. And I'm like, and I'm looking at this course way scarier in real life than it is on TV, like 50-foot drops into, I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? I took every bit of bravery that I have to not get in my car and drive away, but I didn't. And it was the hardest, most painful, scariest, most empowering thing I had ever done in my life to do it. That's what the facing the fear is. I was like, you could do anything after that. If I could do the big falls, if I could be hit in the head with a punching bag in the middle. And so that's when I went, this is my new thing. So that's when I said, okay, now I'm going to, what I have no business doing cooking. I'm going to cook. I beat 200,000 people to get on MasterChef. Using magic, using positive thinking, using mind, body, spirit, using spellcraft, whatever you want to call it. And then I did it again with America's Got Talent. And again, I should not have done any of those shows by any logical thinking, by anything else. But we can.
We can. We can do anything we set our minds to. That's for sure.
So look at your life, figure what's not working, fix it. You have the power,
Absolutely.
nobody else.
Yes. Yes. Speaking of fear, that's why I love horror so much, is because you get put in that state of fear that you're in, the natural ancestral thing. It's the fight or flight mode kind of thing, and we get to experience that without any real danger.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. So like, I am so scared, but I know nothing's going to happen to me, you know? And that's why I love horror movies. That's why I love roller coasters. I mean, obviously
too.
roller coasters can malfunction, but anyways, that's besides the point. Anyway, but that's why I do a lot of things that I like to do, and that's why adrenaline junkies do what they do, because they're chasing that fear and
Yeah.
the exhilarating feeling that they get when they finish
it.
what they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's there's a lot more to this life than a lot of people think. And I know there's one really important question that I wanted to ask you, and it is, have you ever, out of all the stuff that you've done with your with the shows, with the investigating and all this, have you ever had a negative experience that kind of made you kind of step back and be like, maybe I don't want to do this anymore, or anything that was made you question?
No, I've had negative experience that made me like, what the? I've had my rib cracked. I've had my tailbone broken, but goes. I have the weirdest one, which is a story I've told a lot, but literally during one of my seances, I had somebody burst into flames, not standing in front of a fireplace,
Whoa.
not standing in front of a candle. This kid got disrespectful. That's my one rule, is about respect. I was at Marilyn Manson's house, but it's like, spontaneous combustion is not all right. Not all right. This guy's bursting into flames. 2 cameras caught it. It was a 4-camera shot. One camera is like started filming the ceiling or the floor. This poor guy's, the other cameraman who caught on fire, is wondering why everybody's screaming and pointing at him. And I'm like, drop and roll. I become medic, which I am a medic. I'm an EMT, cardiology tech. Because you got to be. You got to be. You're in the middle of nowhere. You got to know how to triage. So anyway, I'm like, I'm shutting it down. I go, I've never stopped at something like this before. I've never stopped filming, but this is not, somebody could die. This small room, a lot of people bursting into flames, a guy bursting into flames. This is not acceptable. But the guy who caught on fire, who was a super skeptic, but he was a filmmaker, he was so intrigued in being caught on fire, like Spinal Tap. It's like, I spontaneous combust. He's like, I'm okay. He's like, his shirt burned off him like it shouldn't have. He put on a sweater. I talked to the kid who made it happen because it was disrespect and rudeness to the ghost, and he was no longer going to be in trouble. It's like choir boy in the corner. Talked to the spirit, made him promise. So we finished it. Craziest stuff I've ever experienced. Glasses flying 20 feet. We could stop and start frogs on a command. Speakers on the floor coming on like those old schools. How loud can your speakers be? They weren't even plugged in. But 3 weeks later, the guy who caught on fire, he goes, Patty, look at my back. He showed me a picture. That's why knowing what you're doing is good. Showed me a picture of his back. Oh my God, Kevin, it totally looked like he had went and got a tattoo of a dragon on his back. Open mouth, sharp teeth, winged head, into the shape of a serpent. And that is the
Whoa.
exact energy I called in to shut down the seance. I work dragon magic. I work with dragons. Scary, huh? I'm like, I am
Yeah.
looking at that. I'm like, oh, that is what I called down. That is why I'm like looking. I'm like, oh my God, you have a tramp stamp of a dragon on your back. That is about the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. He thought so too. He wrote a film basically about me, about this TV medium who does every television show, and then by accident a portal gets opened. It's going to be one of those funny, scary, if we ever do it, films, the kind I like. He wrote it actually with Stephen Norrington, the guy who wrote League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and the Blade series. It's written by them, basically about me. And I think Margot Robbie should play me, just saying. Yeah, go hot, go young.
Why not?
Yes, why
Yeah.
not? But they haven't done it yet. But if they ever do it, I actually sat down with him for 5 hours, not 5. And I went, oh, Laurent, his name's Laurent Malachi, filmmaker. I go, Laurent, you can't say that on camera. He's like, but you said that. I go, I know. But that does something. That opens a portal. You don't want to be one of those cursed horror films, do you? It happens all the time. Spirit, energy, whatever, does not know the difference of an actor reading lines and somebody really opening up something scary. So that's why more and more films are using consultants. So I changed the words. They sound as scary or mystical or magical, but they're not going to open up a portal to hell. So because it happens all the time. We know that the spirits don't know. So if it ever does come out, it's called The Portal, but it won't be cursed.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Oh man. Well, we're approaching an hour. I would love to have you back on the show if you're ever interested.
I would love to.
Um,
Great host. Sure.
Sweet. So my favorite closing question, I ask everybody this, it's my favorite because it really shows who people are and what they're expecting and what they're excited about. But are you finding fulfillment in all the things that you're doing?
I am the happiest I have ever been in my life, and it gets happier by the day. I'm still figuring out what I want to do when I grow up. I, we have to do things that we're not excited about, laundry, but no, find what's good about it and it makes it better. So all these things, my school, my writing, my podcast, the television, the YouTube, I love every second of it. Every day I am the luckiest girl in the world. Gratitude, we know that gratitude is everything. Every day I am grateful. Every day.
Nice. Well, I mean, right in the beginning, as soon as we started talking, and getting into the things that you do, you can definitely tell that you're happy and that you're very passionate about what you do. I mean, just listening, I love listening to you talk. I could probably just sit here and give the show to you and just be like, hey, just talk, and I would
So
be so happy just to listen. Um, but no, I love the passion that people have when they're in doing the things that they love doing, and it's amazing to see, and I'm very happy for you.
thank you. Thank you. And for you, I hope you're happy with your life as well.
I am. I would love to get out of the capitalism of this world right now, but eventually I will. I know it will happen.
Yeah.
So, the 9 to 5 stuff, all that.
Yeah.
But
You make it happen.
everything's a work in progress. But anyway, if you don't mind letting everybody know where they can find you and all your shows and all that stuff.
Bathroom walls across it. No, pattinegri.com. My website is the place that it's really a hub. You can get there. PATTINEGRI.com. From there, you can get to hundreds of YouTube videos for free. You can get to my podcast. You can get to my books, and you could get to my legitimate social media. And please like me, follow me. It makes a difference in this world. I post all sorts of fun things and free things and lessons. Instagram, I'm Patti.Negri. Facebook, I'm Patti Negri, psychic medium. Everything else, I'm just Patti Negri. So yeah, check it out. I have fun. on my travels. I've conventions everywhere. I'm leaving. I don't know when this is airing. I'm leaving in a few hours for Arkansas. Next week, I'll be in New Orleans. I've got 2 or 3 more trips to Pennsylvania. This next couple of months, I got 2 or 3 trips to Massachusetts, to Texas, to New York, to New Jersey. I am everywhere. Like I said, bathroom walls across America. So come see me. I'm doing fun things at all these different cons and stuff. So yeah, with all sorts of fun people. This one this week is very cryptid oriented. Again, I don't think it's airing by this, but it's called Obscuricon, and it's all things weird, including me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Including me. Nice. I love that. I'm actually going to a cryptid convention this weekend as well in North Carolina.
Cool.
So that should be fun. But yeah, anywho, I'm gonna for the listeners, if you don't mind, obviously check out Patty's stuff if you haven't already. If you don't know who she is, which is crazy to me. If you're into the paranormal and you watch Ghost Adventures, you obviously know who she is. But anywho, if you don't mind, like, follow, share, subscribe, leave a rating and a review. That would help me astronomically. If your podcatcher doesn't allow you to leave a review, please consider doing so on the website where the weird ones are podcast.com. That's also where you can get some merch, hot sauce, coffee, and supplements, and read some of my short stories and my blog posts. And let me know what you think. Other than that, you guys know the drill. Question everything and stay weird.
In the quiet of the night, when the world feels far, there's a voice through the static, like a falling star. It calls the misfits, the dreamers, the ones who see the shadows in the corners, the truth we barely believe. From the pine tree woods to the desert skies, they talk of ghosts and aliens with wonder in their eyes, not afraid to ask the questions that others won't dare, 'cause the world gets strange when you stop and stare. Come gather around where the weird ones are, by the fireside glow or a midnight call, where the stories run deep and the secrets fly like owls in the dark or stars in the sky. If you've ever felt lost, like you don't belong, you found your place, you found your song, right here where the weird ones are. They'll talk of cryptids, time slips, and deja vu, of spirits that linger, and what might be true. But more than the monsters, it's the people you'll find who dare to be open with curious minds. It's not about fear, it's the thrill of the ride, to question the world with wonder as guide. So pull up a chair, let your freak flag fly, we're the seekers of truth beneath the sky. Yeah, come gather around where the weird ones are, on the moonlit thoughts and cosmic scars, where the veil feels thin and the questions burn, and we chase the strange at every turn. You're not alone, not in the dark, you're with the tribe. You found the spark right here where the weird ones are. For the ones who wonder, for the ones who know. Welcome home.